Hi, I'm Dave and welcome to another Autocratik broadcast. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, mostly because I'm convinced nobody actually watches them. But, you know, I had this urge, I had this idea, and I couldn't put it as a blog post on my blog. Check out the links to the blog. And I couldn't do it as an audio thing or anything like this. This is too visual. So I thought, hey, let's record a video. So what I wanted to do was talk about role-playing game books, because hey, I always talk about role-playing games. Hey, I write role-playing games. And I also wanted to talk about Harry Potter. And I always talk about Harry Potter. But rather than my usual, hey, why isn't there a Harry Potter RPG and why aren't you letting me write it? Yet another plug to the blog, because hey, I still want to write the official Harry Potter RPG. Rather than that, I wanted to talk about how role-playing game books aren't possibly living up to their full potential in an electronic format. And to do this, I wanted to show you one of my favourite books. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Anyway, one of my favourite books is this one, Harry Potter Film Wizardry. It's really nice. It's one of those behind-the-scenes guidebooks to the making of Harry Potter, and it's got these cool fold-out bits, and there's maps of Diagon Alley, and there's Borgin and Burke's things, and oh my god, it's almost uncontrollable to look at. But it's a gorgeous book and has loads of cool fold-outs and loads of behind-the-scenes stuff, and there's copies of the letter from Hogwarts and all that kind of shenanigans. It's gorgeous. I love it. So much so, I think me and the wife own 3 copies of this, just because it's full of really nice little extra bits that are really cool. But the thing that really surprised me is that they brought out an electronic version of it. Not as a PDF, but as an app. Now you can't get this app anymore, which must be some strange thing about licensing. It takes what you'd expect from a book and turns it into a digital, cool, weird thing. Let me turn some sound up on and see if this actually works. Dun, 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 dun. It's not going to do the sound on it, is it? Which is a bit weird. But it takes every page from the book is there as you'd expect, almost like a PDF, which is nice. You press the little button on the side there and it turns the page over. That's cool, isn't it? I mean, it's not bad. The weird thing about it is that it's an app, so maybe it's not quite as easy to pirate as a PDF would be, something that game companies could bear in mind. The other cool thing about it is that you can sort of tap on an image and it makes the image full screen, and you could do this for an RPG book possibly, with tables and maps and what have you, which is nice. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, Sorcerer's Stone. Blasphemy. Yes, the app's American rather than the British edition of it, which is a bit of a shame. But it has little bits where you can look at the zoom in. Oh, look, there's a map of Hogwarts. Well, that's what JK originally sketched for it and things like that, which is nice. If you want to skip to a particular part of the book, you press the little HP button in the bottom and it brings up almost like a contents page. So you could click, say, for example, my favourite film, which is Prisoner of Azkaban. And you can select particular parts of it and it will skip straight to that, which is really cool. But the really nice bit about it is that not only is it a book, but it's also got interactive features. Look, you can tilt the page from side to side like that, and gravity makes the little shrunken head move. How cool is that? And it doesn't mean that all the images have to be static either. I mean, look at this one. How cool is that? I mean, if you're going to have a picture of the wanted posters from Harry Potter, you have it animated. not only that, but you can have it so you can click a little button and it will show you a clip from the film, which is brilliant. How smart. It means that you could have an RPG book and you could cut away to a video of people playing it as an example. Or it's like an actual plaything. It would be like you could be flicking through D&D and you don't understand a particular rule. You could press a button and see a clip of, say, something like Critical Role, and it would show you how that rule works. Cunning, huh? See? These are the crazy ideas that go through my head at 2 o'clock in the morning. Typically, once you start a clip on this, I can't get out of it. There we go. And it's not just clips and things like that. There's the extras. You know, I showed you that the pages opened up and they had copies of the maps and things like that. Well, say here for example, the acceptance letter. As in the hard copy version of it, and say for example the Marauders map, there's a copy of the Marauders map in the book as well, not a full-sized version, but there is a version of it in there digitally, which as you scroll across the page it opens even further and you can put it back. Nice, huh? Nice. Well, it was just an idea. It's just maybe rather than purely having PDFs for RPG books, you could do them as an app like this. Something to bear in mind. But it did bring me on to another thought. Books that aren't conventional in their layout. Another one of my favourite books, one that's been a great inspiration for me when writing Wild, is Mark Danilowski's House of Leaves. I love House of Leaves. It's a really good book. It starts off as a fairly ordinary textbook, and then as the weirder it gets, the more bizarre the page layouts become. So they have little bits dotted around all over the place, or there's bits that are upside down, multiple. It just gets really bonkers. There are whole sections of it where you're reading bits of text inside other bits of text, and it's all very confusing and weird, which made me think of a particularly cool app that I'm not sure if many people remember, called Device 6. I'm going to fire this one up as well so you can have a look at it. Yeah, Device 6 is another one of these weird apps where it's actually a game, but you do it by scrolling through. It's a textbook. As you scroll through the text, it changes direction. It has little animated bits. It's also a puzzle, like you have to press particular bits. And I love this. I didn't get very far with it. It was all a bit too confusing for me, and I'm not very good at this kind of shenanigans. But I do love the way that you can scroll through pages and pages of text that keep changing direction and almost are laid out like a map. Another thing that could be used for a potential RPG product. So that was it. That's all I wanted to basically say. There's a really cool app that you can't get anymore that I particularly like, and I think it would be a great idea for potential RPG products in the future. So I know not very many people watch these videos, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I might do some more soon if you can bear looking at my grisly visage, and in the meantime, please keep following the development of Wild on my blog, and hopefully more videos, more updates soon. Until next time, stay multi-classy.